Hello, my name is Frederick Huck. Today I'm going to share some of my healthy food recipes with you, which will save you money, approximately 80%. It will also save you time and will produce increased health benefits. I'll also show you the delicious food each recipe produces. And today's recipes are pomegranate agave sugarnut cookies, thick barbecue sauce, and strawberry tea cookies. Starting with recipe 2109, pomegranate agave sugarnut cookies. The day before, mix dough and cover bowl and place in the refrigerator. Mix the following in a large bowl: 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 to 4 tablespoons of pomegranate juice. It could be concentrate, it could be freshly squeezed, either or. But it should say organic. 1 teaspoon of ball salt, 3 cups of agave nectar, 3 cups of almond butter. Mix and add 4 cups of whole wheat pastry flour sifted. The next day, using a rolling pin, roll dough thin. I take that back. Roll dough thick, because this is a thick cookie. The height of the cookie is so thick it should be even with the cookie cutter. Of course, the cookie cutter size will be 3 by 3 inch round. Cut into circles of the dough. Cut circles into the dough. Now you dip each cookie in another bowl of sugarnut powdered sugar. How do you make powdered sugar? Powdered sugarnut sugar. Place a couple of cups inside the Vitamix or high-speed blender, and it'll turn into a powder. Otherwise, it won't stick to the cookie if it's just sugarnut sugar. Then you place the cookies, at least 8 on a cookie sheet lined with a cookie mat, and bake 350 for 15 minutes. I'm going to reread the recipe. Pomegranate agave sugarnut cookies, recipe number 2109. And you can mix the day before, however you cover the bowl and place in the refrigerator. So mix the following in a large bowl: 1 teaspoon of vanilla, pure vanilla, 2 to 4 tablespoons of pomegranate juice, organic or freshly squeezed, 1 teaspoon of ball salt, 3 cups of agave nectar, 3 cups of almond butter. Mix and add 4 cups of whole wheat pastry flour sifted. Of course, the next day, using a rolling pin, roll the dough pretty thick, the height of a cookie cutter. Using a 3 by 3 round inch cookie cutter, press circles into dough. Then you dip each cookie into a bowl of sugarnut sugar powder. And of course, to make powder out of sugarnut sugar, you grind it into a high-speed blender or your Vitamix. It'll turn into a powder. So you're going to dip each cookie into that, both sides. Then place on cookie trays lined with cookie mat. Release 8 per tray, and 1 tray in the oven at a time, 350 for 15 minutes. And I'm going to show you how thick the cookie is. I'm going to actually cut their one in half. It's a pretty thick cookie. So look at that. Beautiful. That's recipe 2109. Thick barbecue sauce. Now this is not to be added on any animals. This is just a sauce for any reason, like salad or rice or whatever you want to put it on. It'll taste just like barbecue. Okay, place the following into Vitamix. Of course, you'll have to load the container several times because you're using 26 to 31 tomatoes. Roma. Okay, now you also place 1 cup of agave nectar, 1/2 cup of pure coffee powder, 2 cups of lemon juice, 1 cup of cilantro, 1 cup of Bragg's mayo, 2 bell peppers, 8 to 12 habanero peppers, 8 cloves of garlic, 4 stalks of celery, 1 onion, or 4 tablespoons of onion powder, 4 tablespoons of paprika, 4 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of ball salt, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 tablespoon of clove powder, 1 tablespoon of ginger powder. I'm going to reread that. This is recipe 1012. Thick barbecue sauce. Place the following into Vitamix. 26 to 31 tomatoes, 1 cup of agave nectar, 1/2 cup of puro coffee powder, 2 cups of lemon juice, 1 cup of cilantro, 1 cup of Bragg's amino, 2 bell peppers, 8 to 12 habanero peppers, depends on how hot you want it, 8 cloves of garlic, 4 stalks of celery, 1 onion or 4 tablespoons of onion powder, 4 tablespoons of chili powder, 4 tablespoons of paprika, 2 tablespoons of ball salt, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 tablespoon of clove powder, 1 tablespoon of ginger. Of course, you're going to pour this into a large pan. It should be at least a 10 by 10, at least 8 inches tall or higher. And then you're going to stir occasionally. You're going to be boiling this for 2 hours. And that's the barbecue sauce right there. Recipe 2100, strawberry tea cookies. Place the following into Vitamix and blend until smooth. 3 tablespoons of strawberry powder, 1 pound of tofu or 1 brick, 1/2 teaspoon of ball salt, 2 tablespoons of almond butter, 1.5 cups of sugar sugar. Of course, once it's smooth, pour into a large bowl and add 5.5 cups of coconut, dry coconut, and then 1/2 cup of whole wheat pastry flour. I'm going to reread that. Recipe 2100, strawberry tea cookies. Place the following into a Vitamix until it's smooth. 3 tablespoons of strawberry powder, 1 pound of tofu or 1 brick, 1/2 teaspoon of ball salt, 2 tablespoons of almond butter, 1.5 cups of sugar, and of course you pour all that into a large bowl and add 5.5 cups of dry coconut and 1/2 cup of whole wheat pastry flour. Stir it, form cookies on trays, and of course you're going to put into the oven, 325 for 20 to 23 minutes. If you leave it there for 23 minutes, it'll be a little crispy. Last recipe made 24 cookies. I'm going to tear one apart just so you can see what it looks like. These are big cookies. Just look at that. Okay, that's recipe number 2100. Now the tofu that I use is more new tofu, and it's a safe brand to buy. Look at the ingredients, and the first ingredient is soybeans and water. There's a few other items in there, but not much. Usually when I look at tofu, it has like a dozen or more items, so you don't want that. Bragg's amino. This is what you'd put on anything to make it salty. It won't harm the body. Get rid of your soy sauce. And of course, what does it say in the ingredients? Vegetable protein from soybeans and water. But it has so many nutrients, I won't read them. Your body likes it. You can use as much as you want. Yeast, doesn't matter what brand you buy, just so when you turn it over, it says yeast and yeast only. Sugar comes in this and a few other forms, but the orange and the brown wrapper are nice. It's a little thick. That's why most of the time I grind it. Okay, your body will appreciate these foods. Share with family, friends, and strangers. Any questions, comments, I will respond before the next recipe reading. And I have found that after 15 years of research, eating food based on true health, which means that it's balanced, looks good, tastes delicious, and does not harm the body. This should not be a hard choice to make. Until next time, eat healthy eating to you.